guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christian and today's video is going to be a newborn essentials video. Now I know you might be thinking, didn't she say her kids were 2 and is she having another baby? The answer to that is no. But I first got the idea to do this channel when I was at home on maternity leave and my husband had gone back to work, and it was just me and my twins at home, Taj and Cairo, and I just needed to find ways to do things faster, to find ways to do 2 things at one time. I needed to find ways to be in 2 places at one time. I never did find out how to be 2 places at one time. When I do, I will for sure let you all know. But I did find tips and tricks to help me in this twin mom life, and I really want to share them. I found things that helped me and that really helped me within the first year of life, and that's what I want to share in this video, because I really thought to myself, every time I would find a solution to something, I wonder if other moms know about this. I wonder if, you know, how other people are doing it. I wonder how single moms are doing it. If I'm at home by myself and my husband is at work, then how would a mom who does this all the time do it? And so I really just want to be of help of any way that I can to twin moms, moms of multiples, moms of singles. So yeah, that's what it is. Without me rambling further, let's just jump right in. So the first thing that is on my newborn essentials twin edition list is the Kiinde system. And essentially what this system is, it's a liner type, plastic liner type bottle system. I don't know a better way to say that, but I remember when my brother was little, my mom had like these Playtex bottles that she would pour milk into a bag and close up the bottle, and then when she was done, she would throw it away. And that's essentially what this Kiinde system is, except for it can do so much more than just be a bag and a bottle. So the first thing I like about this system is the fact that you can pump right into it. The liners have a lid to it, and you just screw on and attach your pump, and you can pump directly into the bag, and when you're done you can detach it and close up the bag. Now, I will say that this was the hugest selling point for me and my husband, because he was so sweet. He would help me out whenever I would pump. After I got finished, I would pass him the Medela bottle, and he would go ahead and transport them into the Medela storage bags. Whenever I first started pumping, I was using just a regular Medela or any kind of brand of storage bag with the Ziploc mechanism on it, and it worked fine. I liked it, it worked fine. But the thing about it is that the Ziploc function wasn't always too secure, and my husband, poor thing, would spill my milk all the time. One day I look over and I'm just looking at him, and as good as he felt, he just spilt my milk. And then he looks back at me to see if I'm looking at him looking at me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I saw you. So first of all, you need to find somewhere else to live. And second of all, why did you spill my milk? It's liquid gold. But anyway, so as a solution, I said to him, I really wish we had this Kiinde system. He said, you know, what's that? And I was just telling him, you know, it's a system to where I could pump directly in the bag and just put the lid on. And he's like, okay, say less, done. So we immediately went to Bye Bye Baby, and we looked at the system, and he really liked it. So that's what we did, and it remedied the Cameron spilling milk situation. The second thing that I really like about this system is the fact that you can feed your babies directly from the bag. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I've got a couple of props here. So this is my last bottle of milk, my last pouch of milk. It lives in my freezer. No, my kids aren't breastfeeding anymore. No, they're not, you know, I'm not pumping anymore, but I have this. I don't know why I'm hanging on to it. I just can't let it go, but that's a whole nother video. But I'm glad that I have it because I get to show you all what I was doing and how it works and how it could be of help to you all. So anyway, so this is the last pack of milk. Whenever you're done pumping, you can put the lid on it and toss it in the refrigerator or toss it in the freezer. And then when it's time to feed the babies, you get one out and you can warm it or thaw it. And then they have these holders where you slide the liner into the holder, and then let me see if I can get this together. And then you attach the nipple, and then voila, it's time to feed your kid. And I just think it's really cool. That may be really corny of me to say voila, but it really was magic to me at that time. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And I just think that that's really cool. The other thing that is really cool about this system is that there's easy cleanup. If you send your kids to daycare, more than likely the daycare does not clean the bottles. So that means if you send 8 bottles per kid to daycare, then you get 8 dirty bottles back in the evening to go home with the kid. And then when you get home, get settled, feed the kid, do diaper changes. For me, it was 2 diaper changes. Do diaper changes, and finally get to, you know, put the kid to bed, and it's time to get ready for the next day. You have all of these bottles to clean. So what's really cool about this is that after you feed, you take the nipple off and put it to the side. You take this off and you throw it away because you can't reuse them and you don't need this anymore. And then you have the holder. So we would send 8 nipples per kid to daycare and 2 of the holders, and that would be perfect for them. They would just send the nipples back home, and we would just go ahead and wash those in the evening time, and it would be easier than doing 8 bottles and 8 nipples per kid. So you get the gist. So moving on to my next favorite, the second thing on my baby essentials list, twin edition, is the Medela sterilization microwavable bags. That's a mouthful. But these were really cool because they're like these little bags. You put a few bottles in there. If you're using the smaller bottles, you can get maybe 3 in there. In my case, I put the nipples in there at the end of the day, and you put 1/4 of a cup of water in there. You pop it in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And at the end of that time, you have sterilized bottles, nipples, pacifiers, whatever you put in the bag. And that was really cool to me because I had the traditional steamer or the sterilizer that you put on the counter, but you could only get so many bottles in one of those at a time, and it would take a while to do. It certainly didn't take 1 minute and 30 seconds. So these little bags really helped me out. You could use them 20 times per bag, and the pack literally comes with you know, 5 to 10. I think they even have like a 15 pack of these little bags. So I really like these. And like I told you, we didn't have bottles to really clean up. We had the holders, which sometimes we would sterilize them, sometimes we won't. You could literally just kind of wipe them off with like a Medela cleaning wipe or whatever we had on hand, a baby wipe sometimes. But the nipples, we really focused on sterilizing them after each time. And so you could get about 10 to 20 of these in that little Medela bag and have them all ready to go for the next day. So after I've washed all the nipples, after 1 minute and 30 seconds of these in the microwave, I've got all the nipples for the next day of daycare. The next item on my baby essentials twin edition list is the Medela pump bra. Now, I don't have one of these on hand, but I will see if I can insert a picture of what I'm talking about in the video. This bra was my favorite for a few reasons. The very first and the very most important reason is the hands-free pumping. You just slip the pump into the bra and you can, you know, pump while you're on your phone. You can have free hands to put a pacifier in if you need to. You can, you know, tandem pump while you are breastfeeding a child, you know, all of that good stuff. And I really like this bra as well because I would sleep in it. If you are breastfeeding or breast pumping, you know that at nighttime you really want to sleep in a loose bra so that you're not constricting your breasts and, you know, risking drying up your milk. And so I would sleep in this bra, and in the middle of the night when it was time to feed, I would be able to, you know, just pop the breast out, feed, tandem feed, because I did a lot of that. And I was able to go ahead and breast pump in the middle of the night for relief very easily while I was sleeping in this bra. So I really recommend this bra. And the last reason that I like this bra so much goes hand in hand with another one of my favorite products, which is the Haakaa. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know if it's Haakaa, the Haakaa. This is essentially like a hand pump, and it has a suction feature to where it can stay connected on its own for a period of time. I never really got mine to stay the whole entire time by itself, so I use the pump bra to hold the Haakaa in place. Now, remember I told you that the Medela pump bra was really good for easy access with breastfeeding. When you breastfeed, you have milk that comes from the other side and it flows out. Being a mom of twins, I wanted to collect every drop of milk and feed with every drop of milk that I made. So it was really good to be able to collect on the other side. And sometimes when I attached the Haakaa on the other side while I was breastfeeding, I would get, and I won't even say sometimes, all of the time, I would get about 4 to 5 ounces that came off of the other breast if I wasn't tandem feeding at the same time, both kids. So it was really a game changer for me. Now, if you want, you can get one Haakaa. I personally got 2, and I got 2 of the bigger sizes because, like I said, the pump bra does a really good job of holding the Haakaa onto you. So what I did was I would put 2 on at the same time, and this provided a hands-free pumping experience as well as a cord-free pumping experience. In the morning, I would put 2 of them on, and I would be able to get the twins ready and pump at the same time, move about the house freely. Sometimes I would wash dishes while I had them attached to me. And also I pumped in the car on the way home from work. Like I said, I had an 1.5-hour drive home from work, and so I would just attach them while I was in the parking garage and nobody was really looking. And then I would just put like a big cardigan over it on my way home, and I would drive home and my Haakaa's were attached to me and I would just pump on the way home. But the main function that people normally use it for is to collect milk on the other side. And so no matter what you're primarily using it for, it's great. It's awesome. I love the Haakaa. So the next two things that I'm going to talk about is the Chicco Fit 2 car seat and the stroller that I'm recommending to come with it. I'll talk about that in just a second. But the Chicco Fit 2 car seats are amazing. They're very, very sturdy, and the reason why I selected this one over other car seats is because, one, it could last with the child up until the child is 2. We made it to almost about 2, but my twins are very tall for their age. So I feel like we could have stretched it a little bit further, but I felt like they were getting a little bit uncomfortable. And so nonetheless, it lasted a pretty long time. And the other thing that I like about the Chicco Fit 2 car seats is the fact that it coordinates with the stroller that we got, which is the Contours Elite stroller. I love this stroller. We would have opted for something like the Graco Forever car seat. Spoiler alert, it will be on my toddler twin mom video whenever I have that, because that's what we have now. Initially, when they're first born, they need the car seat to hook into the stroller in order to roll around, which a stroller is very essential for carrying your kids in, because again, with twins, you're not going to be able to just say, hey, I'm going to grab my kid out the car and let's go. You've got to hold another kid in there and try holding both at the same time. It just doesn't work out. So the Contour stroller was great for being able to snap in the Chicco Fit 2 car seats and just kind of roll around. Now, if you have a kid already that is around 1 or 2 or even 3, and you are pregnant or expecting a newborn, then this stroller has the capability to accommodate a car seat as well as the seat that comes with the stroller as well. And so you can have a older baby and a newborn baby in there, and it's really, really helpful. Also, I really like the price of the Contours Elite stroller. I've definitely seen strollers out there that are $1,000, more than $1,000 in price, and I'm not saying that it's not worth it. I'm just saying that at less than half of that, this stroller is a really, really good quality. It moves smoothly, it has a good radius to turn, and we've had ours using it quite a bit for 2 years now, and it has held up amazingly. So I really, really recommend it. You definitely get the bang for the buck with this stroller, and it's my favorite. I would easily gift it to anyone who has a set of multiples or 2 kids that are stroller age. The next thing on my newborn essentials list, twin edition, is the car seat cover. It doesn't matter which brand. I will try and link the exact ones that we chose, but they're pretty much all in this one in the same. So, you know, pick whichever one you want, but just get car seat covers. And the reason being is, like, I don't know how to explain this, but when you have twins, it's like you are with celebrities or something. Everyone wants to stop you. Everybody wants to come and say hello. Everyone wants to ask you questions, you know, or tell their relatable twin stories. They know a twin, they are a twin. I don't mind actually if you have a twin, because I want to compare notes like what we're doing right now. And everyone's really great and they're sweet. But what would happen is people would come and try to touch them or get really close to them or try to, you know, coochie coo in their face. And just with them being a baby with a new immune system, and especially like everything that's going on right now, this is like especially essential. I would say get a car seat cover, because then you have time to run interference, like, you know, oh, the baby is sleeping. So the really cool trick that I learned to do is just to say, hey, be careful, he's a little sick right now, or he has a little bit of a cold right now, or he's had a little bit of a runny nose, so just be careful. I would hate for you to get sick. And you know, people's view of space and personal space changes when they're the ones who are at risk of, you know, catching a cold or whatever have you. So just, you know, a way to have everybody be mindful and run interference so that people can, you know, keep their distance away from your baby. I highly recommend a car seat cover, or two if you have twins. So the next thing on my list for newborn essentials, twin edition, is the Halo Bassinet. Now guys, I really like this Halo Bassinet. They're a little bit much. They're probably like the most expensive bassinet you can get out there, but you're going to be tired. If you have one baby, you're going to be tired. If you have two babies, you're going to be tired. So it was just too much for me to like get up and go 3 steps over to put a pacifier in a child's mouth. So I really like this bassinet because, you know, you can swivel it over into the bed with you and do the, you know, pacifier, or, you know, touch the baby or whatever without actually having the baby in the bed with you. And I really liked it. Now, what I will say is that the Halo Bassinet comes in a few different options. Amongst these options is the Halo Bassinet 2. It's the twin bassinet, where it has 2 different sides for one for each twin. And that's really cool. Me personally, I had the one Halo Bassinet, just singular, because my husband and I would oftentimes like split a kid. So one night I would have Taj, the next night I would have Cairo, and we would just, you know, flip back and forth like that. Some nights he would have both kids, and some nights I would have both kids. But whoever was on my side, first of all, whoever was on my side would be in the Halo Bassinet. I told my husband I wanted 2 of these bassinets. He said that it wasn't necessary. I said, fine, whoever you have for the night can sleep in the far bassinet. But I'm gonna put my child that I'm responsible for the night in the Halo Bassinet. And that's just the way it worked out. And then it got to the point where he was next to the Halo Bassinet and he got up for the other kid, because I was on pain meds and, you know, things happen. But it is something to think about. If you want to, you know, have one on one side and one on the other, or a different type of bassinet on the other side, or if you want to have 2 next to the bed, it's something to think about. But either way, I recommend having at least one of these bassinets. The next thing on my twin must-have or newborn essentials list is the Joovy Room 2. Now this is the other bassinet that we used on the other side, and this was great because it had a function up top to where your twins could sleep, functioning like a bassinet, and it had a divider to where they wouldn't roll over each other or kick each other or touch each other or wake each other up. It was just like a little divider that went in between them. And then if you took the top part off, it had the Playard type system, and it was big enough for both of them to fit in it. So I love this one. It is, I feel like it's wider than the regular Playtex one, and I feel like it has more room and it's more spacious. It's designed to accommodate 2 babies at one time, and it definitely did that. So I would say have a look at that one, and it's one of my favorites. The next thing that is one of my favorites on my newborn essentials list is the Boppy Lounger. I know they have the regular Boppy that you can use to like assist you while you're feeding, or the kids can do tummy time on it. We had those as well, but I didn't really get a whole lot of use out of those. My particular favorite, or should I say my twins' particular favorite, was the Boppy Lounger, and it was great. We had a point in time where our twins had colic, and they would cry uncontrollably at about 3 o'clock in the morning all the way until 6 o'clock in the morning. And this went on for, I want to say, a couple of months. The only thing that would calm them down is to be in the Boppy Loungers. So the first night we tried it out, they were both crying to the top of their lungs. Myself and my husband were just, you know, up against the wall, and we were just like, what should we do? So I put one down in the Boppy Lounger, and, you know, he stopped crying. I think it was Cairo. And so I was like, do you think it's because of this little pillow thing? You know, and so we switched, and I put Taj down, and he stopped crying, and Cairo started to cry. So by that time, I'm like, yeah, it's this little lounger, and I'm gonna go ahead and be in charge of this kid here that's in the lounger. So you guys, good luck with that. And in hindsight, that was pretty harsh, but the next morning, Cameron went out to Target to grab some things for breakfast, and, you know, to grab a couple of things we needed, and he tossed another one into the cart, and, you know, we just swear by it. And I know it's not just something specific to our kids, because my sister-in-law said it worked miracles for her kid, and he'd love to be in it, and he'd love to sleep in it. My other sister-in-law, when she had her kid, the same thing, the same exact identical thing. Like, this is priceless. Thank me later. And we liked the Boppy Lounger so much that we got the Lico version of it, which was called the Podster. And it's essentially the same thing, just that you have it for a bigger size. The Boppy Lounger, they'll grow out of it by the time they're 3 months. I didn't care. It was worth every penny. But the Lico Podster, it will last essentially until they're 18 months. So, or can last until they're up to 18 months. So when they grew out of the Boppy Lounger, we went ahead and transitioned into that, and it was just so great. When family would come over and we're all sitting around in the living room, the kids will lounge in that. If I'm folding laundry, I had them lounging in those things. You know, I will let my kids watch TV when they were babies. So, you know, they would just kind of sit there and look at the colors on the screen. So I definitely do recommend getting both the Boppy Lounger and the Podster. The last thing I'm going to mention for my newborn essentials is the FisherPrice Swing. I'm not sure what this particular model is called right offhand. I will link this and everything that I'm mentioning down in the comments, or I'm sorry, down in the description box below, and try to see if I can insert a photo. But we really like this swing. We thought about getting 2 of them because it was the same situation. When one was in it, another one would cry. If we were to switch, it would be the opposite situation. So essentially both wanted to be in the swing at one time. And if my living room was a little bit bigger, I would have opted for the second swing, but you know, I had to work with what I had, and essentially it was getting ridiculous to keep buying 2 of everything. So I only did 1, but the swing was really good and very convenient because you could control it from your phone. You could slow it down, you could speed it up, turn on the music or whatever you needed to do from your phone. And also the base of it came off, and you could sit it on the floor and you could rock them. So I really liked it as a rocker chair function as well. The twins really enjoyed it. So okay, everybody, that concludes my newborn essentials must-have list. And like I said, this list is really good for moms who have multiples, but also this list is really good for moms who have just one baby at a time. And you know, I plan to do a lot more videos like this, to where I'm gonna be talking about favorites. If there's anything else that you would like me to do a video on about, you know, twin mom life, or you know, anything in general, just shoot me a comment down in the comment section. Thank you so much for supporting my previous videos. Like I said, I'm a new YouTuber and I'm really having a great time here on this platform. If you like the video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.